Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 4th to the 10th of November 2019. We start the week with Venus moving into Sagittarius, and this brings a focus to life. Things have been quite ethereal, between the worlds, very intuitive since the new moon in Scorpio. But now we start to see the vision of where we want to apply ourselves. So Venus is very much our creativity, where we take our soul force energy and produce with it on earth from the heart. And Sagittarius has a focus, shooting its arrow directly to galactic center. Very strong, very warrior energy. So for the last few months we've really gone in to let go of the story, false beliefs, the fake personality, and now, refreshed and reborn, we can actually focus from the very center of ourselves and start to produce that in the outside world. So really worth looking at what you truly are, what you want, and where you're going to apply yourself over the coming weeks. By Monday, one of the tricks to being able to apply ourselves is the law of non-attachment. So sometimes we want something so much that we're attached to one particular outcome. Then we try and control that, we try to make it happen through thought and action, through maybe even manipulating others and circumstances to try and reach our goal. But with all the energy still in Scorpio and the months that we've rebirthed ourselves over the summer and the autumn, this is now an interesting dilemma. How can we be focused from the centre to something that we really want, and yet still have the non-attachment to allow that to flow in its own time, to stop the controlling mind, but to keep the fires of passion burning inside. Because quite often we're working to the wrong timeline. We can say things to ourselves like, I want to get this finished by the end of December, but that's a man-made timeline, rather than relaxing, releasing, surrendering to, I'd love to get this done, I'd love to apply myself to doing this, but I'm not going to micro-control the exact date when I want it done by. So it really helps to have longer term goals and then just attend to those daily to see how it all unfolds. By Tuesday we've got Mars square Pluto. It's an interesting combination of core strength but a lightness of heart as well. So this goes very well with the current energies. Feels like we're rebirthing from a chrysalis. Life ahead is starting to show itself as a vision, as a passion for the brave and the willing. But the combination of core strength and lightness is very much that letting go, that surrender to trying to control and knowing that everything is unfolding as long as we stay centred and focused. One of the things that can come along to show us that we've been too focused and too trying to control is when we suddenly get a quick flash, a message or an opportunity that seems to come out of nowhere, that changes our mind, changes our perspective. And this, I feel, will be the energy for Wednesday. So when we're too focused on something, we can miss those subtle messages, we can miss the opportunity to make those changes, to be free enough to change direction or perspective. But on Wednesday, maybe stop, look and listen, because something could come in that will be from your passion, that will be from your centre, that's guiding you, but maybe saying change direction or change perspective, because if you want to really get where you're going to, then this would be the better way to do it. So a very intuitive and enlightening day on Wednesday. And to further tune into our power to be able to change the mind, I feel the meditation on Thursday is to think about where ideas actually come from. Because when we're caught in the controlling mind, we can have an idea from the past and still keep trying to make it work. But where do ideas actually come from? Do they come from the brain? Does your physical brain actually create ideas? Or do they come from somewhere else? Are you under the guidance of your spirit? Are you under the guidance of your conscience, your intuition? Are you able to tune in with the higher mind and receive the guidance and the inspiration from there? So really worth pondering there on Thursday. Where do your ideas even come from? Because we're trained to think that it's within our brain that we create ideas and we hold memories, but there's nothing really biologically true about that. Once we realise that's the case, then we can get back into the practice of tuning in, receiving messages and being guided. On Friday the Sun trines with Neptune, which is a very cleansing energy, very cleansing for the energy body, and helps us to open up a channel to receive divine frequencies. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday seem to be working in combination to open us up, to help us tune in to our higher frequency, to receive and to embody those tones and the calling that they give us, to follow that melody and to let go of having to know. Then by the weekend, but all the way through to early January, we've got an aspect that's building to a crescendo. So we have Saturn and Pluto, which are both retrograde over the summer. They're both in Capricorn going direct now, and they're both walking towards meeting each other on the 12th of January. So this would be a reasonable timeline, because we can see that this is something that's just building and building and building. We've been deconstructed with Pluto. We've been taken back to our core with Saturn, and now we're rebuilding from the inside out with core strength and flexibility, having gone through an alchemical journey to really find our true selves. So this is a pulsing, potent and powerful energy that's preparing us to be able to apply and live from our true expression. So this is a journey of self-knowledge and self-mastery. It's unfolding perfectly day after day, week after week. We'll begin 2020 on firm footing, looking back to 2019 to see what we were struggling, controlling, trying to achieve then from the smaller person, and be really grateful that we've made these changes, so that we're actually building on solid ground, centred in our core and able to stand strong and tall and produce from a very meaningful place. So really quite a quiet, insular week, minor changes going on, continuation of the things that we've been through in the last couple of months, taking us a step further every day, to let go of the small, to let go of the control, stop living in the mind, start coming from deep within, to know ourselves and apply ourselves and contribute from a place of power and potency. So if you'd like to look and see where this is happening for you, I am available one-to-one or online to be able to decode the secrets of your soul plan. So this is all happening in different places for all of us. I'm also available to teach astrology in one-to-one lessons or with online courses if you'd like to start to pick up this ancient art for yourselves. I post daily on Facebook at AstroZo, Instagram at ZoeHine7. These videos are on YouTube, Zoe Astro, where there's also a video for each planet and a video for each sign. Or you can email me, zoehine7@gmail.com. So those are the horoscopes for this week, and I'll see you next week.